guys, and welcome to Tanime's anime review number 34. You may have noticed a rather large white area behind me. Obviously I took down some posters, and I've decided to paint a mural on this wall, but I haven't quite decided as to what I'm going to draw yet. Any suggestions? It's a little too bare to just leave like that though. I hate bare walls. 1 minute. Yeah, that's better. I've had poster scrolls for a long time, but I've never actually been able to put them up because they're so big. So until I decide what I'm going to draw on that wall, I guess I can just interchange my poster scrolls. Yeah. I only have 4 though. I suddenly wish I had more. And today's review is dedicated to Think Big 1. And today's anime is... Fate Stay Night. This anime is actually based on a visual novel that was originally released on January 30th of 2004. And then on December 26th of 2005, it was adapted into a manga series that currently has 12 volumes out and is still ongoing. It's not often that you run into an anime that wasn't originally based off of a manga. Now there are lots of them out there, but in comparison to the amount that are based off manga, it's always fun to come across one. After all, I think this is the first one I've reviewed that wasn't based off of a manga first. The actual anime series started airing on January 6th of 2006 and ran until June 16th of 2006 with 24 episodes. Now the entire series only covers the span of about 2 weeks. And with everything that happens in the development with the characters within that time frame, you kinda wonder how quickly these characters move. But the time frame isn't an obvious thing throughout the series, so you assume it's spread out over a longer period of time. Now if you stay in that happy little mindset, it's probably going to make the anime a bit more enjoyable to watch. Never good to think too much when it comes to anime. Our main character is a boy named Shiro Emiya. It's a typical story of a not-so-ordinary boy getting tossed into the world he never really knew existed. That's not completely true. He was aware of the fact that magic did exist in the world, but he wasn't aware of the Grail Wars. And the Grail War is really what this anime is about. This is how it works. There are 7 Magus, or magic users, chosen by fate to take part in the Grail War. Each of those 7 Magus can summon a servant in order to fight for them. Their goal is to take out the other 6 Magus and servants in order to win the grand prize, which is the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail has the ability to grant the winning servant and Magus any wish they desire. And the Holy Grail will only appear to the winner of the Grail War. Now Shiro knows nothing about the Grail Wars, but the other participants seem to know about him. He gets attacked by another servant called Lancer, and by accident summons his own servant named Saber, who appears and fights Lancer off. Shiro and Saber are obviously our main characters. Now throughout the series we get to know all the other servants and Magus throughout interactions in battle. Many of these characters play very important roles, but are so crazy underdeveloped that I found the series a little bit annoying to watch. I actually really liked most of the servants. Lancer, Assassin, and Archer are my favorites. Then Rider and Caster. Saber and Hercules fall into the bottom ranks for me. And with Saber being our main character servant, the series kinda didn't catch me that well. Now this wasn't a bad series, but it should have been longer. I just found it hard to get attached to any of the characters because they weren't shown very often. So you either get annoyed by not getting the chance to get attached to some of the characters, or for the ones you like right away, you don't get to see them enough, and that becomes annoying as well. It just doesn't seem satisfying. And with a story that focuses around a war and fighting and battles, you know there's going to be some deaths throughout the series. Which I was ready for. No, it's not a spoiler, it's a given, no complaints. But almost every death scene was so underplayed. Not once did I get sad enough to even think about shedding a tear for these characters. Probably because you don't have time to actually get attached to them. I didn't hate this series, but it's just seriously lacking in so many areas. But to toss to the bone, it is really hard to make an anime based off of a game. And impossible to please everyone along the road. With a video game, you have a chance to extend the story so much because it can be much, much longer. So you don't want to leave any characters out for the anime. But by doing that, you're left with something that has an ending, but you're not really sure how you got there. Or who half of these people were along the way. I think what I'm trying to say is that with such a great story idea, the anime was just far too basic. Now I know I've been saying more against the series than for the series, which usually would indicate that I wasn't a fan of this series, but it's not a bad series. The animation is impressive, and the music that's used really sets the mood for each scene. The fights are intriguing and fun to watch, but again a little underdeveloped. It just feels like everything gets cut short is all. I'm going to give this anime a 3 out of 5. They stepped up to bat with a great idea, beautiful animation, and well-orchestrated music. And they just forgot to swing. But if you did like this anime, you'll like other animes such as Shakugan no Shana, Claymore, and Mai Hime. Oh, and I just want to toss out there that if I liked the main characters a little bit more, I probably wouldn't have been as annoyed by the underdevelopment of the other characters. Thanks for watching, guys! See you next time! Bye! And now, for your random stuff. First is the trailer to the Fate/stay night movie called Unlimited Blade Works. It was released in January of last year and is a must-see for any fan of this series. Next is an animation called Fate Dio. It's really cute and I'd like to see any fan of this series watch this and not laugh. And check out this saber doll. If anything, you'll either leave thinking it's really cute or really creepy. I'm leaning a little bit towards the creepy side. Hope you enjoy, and anything else will be in the underbar. Shana!